Historical downtown St. Paul, renowned for boxing. Jumping Johnny Montantes, one of the Midwest top boxers and one of the world's upcoming lightweight threats. Ranked number 19 in the world by the WBC, he has found himself in the spotlight of the rebirth of Minnesota professional boxing. His rise to fame, however, has been exciting for viewers who have witnessed and followed him for the last few months.
Johnny's digging in more harder. Oh! Johnny with the knockout. Big hit. Johnny landing the hit to the head of Parker.
Following the June 6th matchup, Johnny found himself in the midst of a tough fight. Tony "Dynamite" Duran, frequent to ESPN's fight, came to St. Paul.
Nice punch by Johnny.
That's not a slip.
Nice left hook by Johnny.
That's not a slip.
Down goes Duran.
With momentum on his side and record-breaking crowds appearing fight after fight, Johnny faced journeyman southpaw Clifford Hicks from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hicks has done a good job to keep the crowd out of it until now. Here comes Montantes. And Hicks with the last barrage.
That's a good fight, Ryan.
Excellent fight, Willie.
For a winner by unanimous decision, jumping Johnny the Good, Montantes. Let's hear it for Clifford Hicks, ladies and gentlemen. Clifford Hicks, ladies.
Well, 1993 gone. 1994 is in.
New Year's resolution, 94, harder work ethics, and I'm hungry. I'm ready to make a move this year. I'm hungry, real hungry. Towering inferno, so watch out. All you junior lightweights and all you lightweights, watch out, because I'm coming. I'm right on your butts.
Will Johnny move up again? Will the undercards be even more exciting than before? Will Tommy Brunette continue to rebuild boxing locally in St. Paul? These questions answered, and more, in this boxing special, the Fight Night Preview, brought to you in part by Metro Area Sports Rap Productions.
It's coming to a location near you. It's an event so massive it involves the whole state. Your friends, your neighbors, and yes, your relatives will be attending. No, we're not talking a monster truck pull. It's the precinct caucus, and you get to decide who will run for the big one in November. You get to tell the state what you think. Don't let your neighbors make the big decisions for you and have the big voice. You caucus on March 1st. For more information, call 293-1200. Don't miss it. It won't be back for 2 years.
Singing out with jumping Johnny Montantes. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the last fight. As far as your impressions of the last fight, from your point of view.
Clifford Hicks was crafty. He was a ring veteran. Gave me a little trouble being southpaw, last-minute replacement, but I feel I did what I had to do to win. I boxed when I wanted to box. I slugged when I wanted to slug. I watched the tape over and over a few times and made a few mistakes, but I've seen myself improve, you know, one more notch, and that's what I'm really looking forward to, is improving every time I get out there.
Now, as you get done with your last fight, you said you reviewed the tape, so what is the standard procedure after a fight like that? What do you do when you get done with the fight?
Well, you see your mistakes and you correct them, for one thing. Him being a last-minute replacement, I feel that, you know, that I really don't sit on this one. You know, I mean, I did what I had to do. A W's a W, and let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, and exactly, moving on to the next one, are there some things that you gathered from the last one that you'd like to apply more in this fight?
Well, this is me not knowing Clifford Hicks was a whole different thing, but me knowing this fighter, yeah, we do have a game plan. It's just a matter of applying pressure, and you know, most of your ring veterans are in there to survive or to try and get into a rhythm. And me being aggressive as I am and as hungry as I am, I can't let a ring veteran do that, is getting into a rhythm. I got to keep them out of their rhythm and keep my rhythm going. And by doing that is by applying pressure.
Now, how's your training routine been going lately? What's your training routine been as of recent?
It's going great. New Year's resolution, 94, harder work ethics. And I'm hungry. I'm ready to make a move this year. I'm hungry, real hungry. Towering inferno, so watch out. All you junior lightweights and all you lightweights, watch out, because I'm coming. I'm right on your butts.
Now, let's just take a second, kind of a walk away from yourself personally. Talk a little bit about some of the other boxers inside this Brunette boxing gym and some of the boxing as you see it in St. Paul, because it seems like it is on the rise.
Oh, very much so. I feel that boxing is getting back in the Twin Cities, up and at 'em, you know, the beat's going. The team here at the Brunettes, very, very good. Tommy's a wonderful trainer, knows all the aspects of boxing, knows all the little things that you need to do to improve. Troy Lowry's punching harder than ever. He's learning all the little tricks of the trade. Teddy Solheid, his movement's improving every time he gets out there. Miguel, he's learning. All of them, they're all improving.
Now, something else. Last few times we've had the presence of a group by the name of Full Circle down there DJing and even playing your song a couple times back. Full Circle, they're friends of yours as well.
They're up on the rise. They're becoming known in the Twin Cities, and I take my hat off to them. They're learning, you know. They're doing good. They're doing real good. Chris Sprosty, he's been at it for a long time, back in the breakdancing days, and he's learned his trade, and he's coming along great.
Now, with the whole ordeal coming up here, February 16th, the St. Paul Radisson Hotel, what's your feelings right now about that fight coming up?
Just pumped and anxious. Just ready to rock and roll. Let's do it tomorrow, tonight. Let's do it.
A lot of people out there have asked me, stopped and asked me to ask you what exactly your favorite type of music is and your style. What do you do when you're away from the gym?
Relax, play with my boy. He just turned 1 year old and he's walking now, and he's a blast. I wrestle, and we'll sit around, watch videos, Video Soul, BET, and we'll dance and we'll play. But yeah, I like R&B, hip hop. Sometimes I can get in the mood to listen to some other kind of stuff, but not as much as my R&B or hip hop.
Now, with being a boxer on the rise as you are, how is it dealing with all the cameras and everything like that? Honestly, how's it been to have to deal with the pressures that you're dealing with?
I like it. I mean, you know, this is what I work for. I knew that this time was coming, and I just been waiting for my time, and this is what I work hard for. This is just the beginning, I hope, and I know that it's going to get bigger, but these are things I work for, and these are things I've dreamed about, and it's all becoming true thanks to all my fans, thanks to all my supporters, thanks to Metro Area Sports Rap, to the Brunettes. It's all coming true, and you know, I say my prayers every night, say my prayers every morning, and hey, couldn't be better.
If you could phrase up maybe the feelings you've felt after your last 2 successful wins now in the ring, what would be a word to phrase up your feelings after looking back at that, to reflect on all that?
One word, huh?
Or a statement. Go ahead, you can use a statement.
We got it going on. We got it going on, yeah. We're keeping it going, too. You know, that's just the way it is. It's just, I'm hungry, you know. I'm a young prospect, and Tommy's teaching me a little bit of everything, and I'm really starting to learn. I feel like I'm improving every time I get out there, and it's just a matter of time now. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop me, I mean, for a long time. As long as I got this hungriness in me, you know, I'm craving for that nice shiny belt right around me, boy. And I'm bringing it back here to the Twin Cities.
There's something that I think everybody has to deal with in life in one form or another. and that is the word fear. Whether you're a normal person working at a job, you go up against things in life where there is a fear aspect. How, as a boxer, do you deal with fear?
The fear, I don't know if it bothers many fighters. The fear don't bother me any at all, I should say. If anything, I use it to my advantage. My fear probably turns into anger. It turns into anxiousness. It just turns into more hunger.
Yeah.
You know.
Turn a negative into a positive.
Exactly. And it always works for me. I feel that it does. You know, I feel that it works for me real good. So, no, I don't feel it at all.
Okay, and the only reason I bring that up is because I know that there's a lot of people out there who ask the question, you know, man, how can he go in the ring? How can he not be scared and stuff like that? And you look at him and you say, hey, that's not what it's about. These boxers are above that level. They've accomplished that fear. Talk a little bit about Loneker. You've been training now with a heck of a fighter in Corky Loneker.
Oh, yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, Corky Loneker's a great sparring partner. He's my best sparring partner I've had yet here in my career. He's a junior lightweight champion, WBC Continental America's champion. You know, the more he knows, the more he teaches me, and I've learned the last couple of weeks more than I ever have just by working with him. Excuse me. Yeah, I take my hat off to him because he's teaching me a lot, and he's a young prospect just as I am, and he's just as hungry as I am. So as much as he's teaching me, I'm teaching him also. And we got it going on.
Is there any one area right now as a boxer that you feel like you want to work on and you want to try to apply in this fight more than before, or are you satisfied with what you've done so far?
Yeah, I am satisfied. All the little things that I needed to correct, I feel that Tommy's worked on it with me, and I feel that I am correcting my defense a little bit more. Applying the pressure more and working on the inside with my hands up a little higher, and not taking the senseless shots that I shouldn't be taking. Not that it's really hurting me or anything, but just I shouldn't be taking them at all, because it all takes a toll on you in the long run. And if I'm in this business for a long time, then I got to protect myself also.
Yep. Now Minneapolis and St. Paul seems to be growing here in the boxing scene. Everything seems to be exploding. A lot of people coming up and asking questions about it. You're becoming the man in the boxing scene here locally. But again, give credit to the people of Minneapolis, St. Paul have come out and supported you. And again, I'll give you the opportunity to say to them what you want to.
Well, again, thanks Twin Cities. Thanks St. Paul, Minneapolis, West Side. Boys. Just keep it coming, keep it going. I got it going, and we'll do it together. I'm just going to take them one at a time, and you guys just keep on supporting me. Together, we're a team. Let's see where we can get, because I know I'm getting up there. Thank you.
Jumping Johnny Montantes here from the Brunette Boxing Gym in Maplewood, Minnesota, reporting for Metro Area Sports Wrap. I'm Ryan Young. Teddy Solheid. First of all, I have to ask you, how'd you get your name?
Back from when I was a kid, they called me Steady because it rhymes with Teddy.
That makes sense. You've come out, you've shown a lot of power. Your last couple fights, the last fight, maybe not the exact matchup that you would have wanted to see, but still nevertheless coming out in just a couple rounds showing your power.
Right.
What do you think is the strongest part of your boxing skills are right now?
Mainly, the main thing I got to do is relax and punch, and I'll be over to go the rounds.
Have you? How did you first get involved with boxing?
Down here, the gym here, I started when Troy started, Troy Lowry.
Yep. Talk a little bit about your and Troy's relationship, because it seems like you two are kind of homies at will.
Oh yeah, we went to the same high school together, and we pick each other up, and we come down to the gym together, train together, box together. So we spend a lot of time together.
So who's better, you or Troy?
Different weight class.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will settle that one outside of the gym. You've also gaining a following as well, as far as bringing people in and stuff.
Yep, we're all from the same neighborhood. We've been around for a long time.
What neighborhood is that?
The east side of St. Paul.
So the question I gotta ask you, who's better, St. Paul or Minneapolis?
St. Paul, definitely.
Notice how they all say it with pride when they're from St. Paul. Well, coming up here in this next fight, what are some things that you want to work on personally that you see skill-wise?
Just relax, box, and don't get tensed up and go crazy like back to the amateur-type boxing. And I want to stay in a professional level and be relaxed and, you know, punch for punch every round.
Did you, what was your amateur career like?
Short. I didn't fight too much amateurs because they just go for points and stuff, and when you're in the pros, it's who can knock who out.
Yeah.
And a lot of times 3 rounds ain't enough to knock somebody out.
So what is your training routine now? We've heard about everybody else's training routine now. What is your individual training routine?
Like how many hours a day? Or?
All right, what do you do?
Well, usually when I'm just 6 weeks before the fight, I'll be hitting the bags and the hand pads, and then about 3 weeks before the fight, I'll start sparring every day.
Okay. What is another question that I like to ask a lot of the boxers in here? What's your favorite music?
I like them all.
Yeah? No preferences?
I got favorites here and there. I like to work out the rap music, that funky beat, and I like heavy metal. Sometimes I like to listen to country, light music. Depends what mood I'm in.
Yeah. What has boxing done for you?
Everything. I can't stay away from the gym, you know.
You like, what do you like most about it, I guess?
Staying in shape, slim.
Yeah.
You feel good about yourself when you're in shape.
Yeah.
You know.
I saw also as you were rolling up a big truck. Is that your truck out there?
Yeah.
What's the story?
That's just something I picked up today that I fool around with it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. What if somebody were to walk up and say, Steady Teddy, what do you do for fun away from boxing or outside of the gym? What would you tell them?
I tell them I ride motorcycles.
Yeah, I noticed you had a Harley Davidson jacket on too.
Yeah, I like Harleys a lot.
Yeah. Do you ride anywhere in particular? All over the country or just here?
I haven't been all over the country yet.
Yeah.
I would like to, you know. I'm still young. I got a lot of practice.
Hopefully, maybe someday he can ride his motorcycle to the big title fight in Vegas. How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds good. I'll be riding my bike to the Radisson in the summer.
We'll be waiting with cameras to see when Teddy shows up.
All right.
Something I like to do for each and everybody who sits in the seat beside me is there's a lot of people out there who have followed your career, and there's a lot going on with you. You've had an opportunity to have people see you, and now it's your opportunity to voice whatever you'd like to whoever you may out there via the camera. So go ahead.
Oh, I'd like to thank the fans. They keep me going, you know. They keep me in the gym every day. All them people come to support me like that. You got to go up there and give it your best, you know, and I will.
Okay, here with Steady Teddy Solheid. And make sure you can check him out in the next card. It's going to be an exciting fight. Of course, Metro Sports Wrap will be there. Reporting from the Maplewood Gym, the Brunette's boxing gym, that is, in Maplewood, Minnesota, I'm Ryan Young.
Good evening, I'm Rich Smith, sitting here along with Tommy Brunette down at Brunette's Boxing Gym. Good evening, Tom.
Thank you, Rich. Good evening.
How are you this evening?
Very good.
That's good. I'd just like to ask you a few questions. We've seen quite a few of the fighters so far this evening, giving their comments and whatnot. First of all, could you just give us a little history of the gym?
Well, we started Brunette Boxing in 1988, and working mostly with amateurs, and we've progressed from there, and we're starting to work with a lot of professionals now. We have Johar Lashin in here from Israel, getting ready to fight Jakobsen over in Denmark. Rabot has been here. Gonzalez recently, he was on on the cable shows. So we've been doing a lot of work with a lot of different fighters.
And when did the gym become professional, more or less, in the sense of there was more professional fighters in your gym?
Well, the kids that were with the amateur program really brought it about because they progressed into the pros. Some of the guys like Johnny Montantes never had much of an amateur style. Had 10, 12 amateur bouts. We moved them up into the pros. I prefer to work with pros myself. I love working with the kids, but pro boxing is more my game. My style, the way that boxing is taught in here, is geared more for the professionals. I think it hinders the kids a lot. In the amateurs, where the amateur judges don't really see what the kids are doing in there, they block a lot of punches, and most of them punch with pretty good power, and that's kind of frowned upon in the amateurs. So it does. It hurts the kids in tournaments. You know, I feel a lot of bad decisions, you know, go against us.
And as we're touching on history, could you give us a little background on yourself?
Well, I've been around a boxing gym most of my life. My father used to bring me to the bouts when I could barely walk. I remember watching the Flanagans and some of the guys around. Boxed Golden Gloves, was a Golden Glove champion. Started training in Civic Center gym with Del Bravo back in 78, 79. We were team champions for the Upper Midwest. Had some real good amateur fighters. Mike Monette, my brother Brian was one of them. Johnny McGinn. You know, just kind of went from there. Started working with the pros.
Give us a little insight on Minnesota boxing itself, professionally.
Oh, Minnesota at one time, St. Paul, Minneapolis, maybe St. Paul more than Minneapolis even, but because the auditorium was here. Some of the greatest fighters in the world fought here. Gene Tunney, Harry Greb, one of the greatest all-time middleweight champions. You had Billy Miskey, the Gibbons brothers, who were famous. Jack Gibbons, Tommy Gibbons. Let's see, the Flanagan brothers. I mean, there's a rich history in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota boxing. At one time, everybody fought here. Everybody fought here.
Let's bring it into the present now. Talk to us a little bit about Jumpin' Johnny Montantes.
Well, Johnny's one of them guys that comes around once in a while. Very good power. I always say he's got a million things to learn, but he can really punch, and that's what we concentrate on, is punch and power. He has trouble with some guys that move and slip and slide because he didn't have a long amateur career. Right. You know, he's not real comfortable with them kind of guys. As a matter of fact, he's fighting one coming up here on the 16th who's going to give him some trouble. But he needs to fight those types of fighters. Johnny's overall is a very good prospect, and I have to say prospect, he's far from a finished fighter. I believe he's going to be starting to make some moves this year, but you know, he needs some time in. You know, it's a rough business. I mean, it's not like a baseball pitcher. Scott Erickson goes out and first inning, 9-zip, right, gets blown out of the game. Well, 4 days later, excuse me, he comes back.
Right.
But if that happens to a fighter, it might be 4 years.
Right.
You know? It's a tough business, and people sometimes don't realize that a fighter has to be brought along. Johnny's fighting quality type fighters, and he is progressing.
Now sitting here with Willie Carter. Willie, we've been here many times. We've talked about the fights that are coming up a few times. No exception, this fight's going to be an interesting one for Johnny.
Well, it's very interesting because, like, this is the first fight in 94. So that means that Johnny's getting a step closer each time he fights. But also, each time he fights, he's fighting a tougher opponent. Now, he's fighting the spoiler out of Tennessee. This guy can fight. I've seen him fight on ESPN. But Johnny's not worried about that because he's been training, so he's ready for it, you know.
Yeah. Now coming up on this fight, also some undercards making an appearance again. Solheid, just to name one. Again, Grigsby, Scales, Loneker. You've been watching these guys fight. Your impressions of these fighters in the undercard fight this time?
Well, this kid here, behind us in the ring, the Weasel, not the Weasel, I'm sorry. This guy can fight.
Great fight.
Oh man, he can fight. You know, he fought a champion his first fight. You know, he wasn't a champion then, but he fought his first fight. And then you got Steady Teddy on the card. Yeah. Well, you know Teddy's a crowd pleaser, so he's gonna come to fight. And then you got Scales on there. Now that's a good little fighter too. He's an excellent little fighter. He's been off for a couple cards, but he's going to school and stuff like that. So he's trying to get his school and his boxing career going at the same time, which is not hard to do. So he does need to take a little rest every once in a while.
For this one?
Well, I predict Johnny would knock this guy out in the 6th round. That's my prediction now, because Johnny's getting better and better each time he's fight. But like, don't go to the restroom and smoke a cigarette, because as you know, in the last fight, the popcorn did come in the ring. Someone went and got some popcorn, okay? But I asked Johnny about this fight. Johnny said his guy that made him so, he's going to take him in 4. He said he talked too much jab, he might get him in 5. He said if he don't give him no lip, he might let him slip. So Johnny's ready for this fight.
Jumping Johnny Montantes, Willie Carter Youth Foundation fundraiser, all coming up right here on the Rise. Metro Area Sports Rap Productions reporting from the Brunette Boxing Gym in Maplewood, Minnesota. I'm Ryan Young. As far as the crowd goes at the Radisson, they seem to be growing with each one as well. Your impressions of the whole fight and the whole card as it's been going on at the Radisson?
It's growing every fight. You know, we're getting bigger, better crowds. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. I guess is what's bringing everybody back. So I think if all of us put our heart and firepower in there, you know, and excite the crowd, you know, they love to see those knockouts. So, you know, you can't knock everybody out all the time, you know, but you try. And that's really what I'm going to try to do.
As a boxer, what do you think your strengths are?
I think my movement, I got good defense, and a powerful left hook. I think my left hook is one of my best punches.
A lot of people do come up to me with that question. You're a professional boxer and you go to school. You know, it doesn't seem like the mix, but I'm just there to, you know, to say it's not to go into that stereotypical set. You know, you can do both.
Yep.
You know, a boxer is just as smart as anybody else.
That's right. Now, you actually won a title. Why don't you tell the viewers about the title that you won?
Back in June, I won the WBC Continental America's Junior Lightweight title from Leonardo Mancilis, and it catapulted me into the top 20 in the world. And now, recently, I've just been named the #7 contender for the WBC crown.
Well, you must be excited about
that.
Yeah,
real excited because, you know, with that, and then also I got a big fight coming up next month with the Rudy Zavala. He's the #2 contender, so, you know, the winner's going to be probably guaranteed a title shot.